Hours after unveiling a new cabinet and just 27 days into his term in office, Prime Minister of France Sebastien Lecornu has resigned. The shock move has sent France further into political turmoil, leaving President Emmanuel Macron with few options for moving forward. Tessa Bennett joins us in studio with the latest from France. Tessa?
Manisa, Prime Minister Lecornu was appointed after the government of his predecessor collapsed, with MPs refusing to back a controversial budget plan. After 5 prime ministers in less than 2 years, the country is increasingly frustrated with President Macron.
Ses fonctions de Premier ministre et permettre au gouvernement d'aller devant l'Assemblée nationale demain.
France's new centrist Prime Minister, Sebastien Lecornu, has resigned just weeks after his appointment and hours after announcing his cabinet lineup, making it the shortest-lived administration in modern French history. Despite the near-constant political turmoil in France, and Lecornu being the 5th prime minister appointed in less than 2 years, his resignation was still unexpected.
Lecornu tried in the last days to put out an olive branch by saying we will not resort to Article 49.3 of the French Constitution, which allows the Prime Minister, the government, to force a package through without a majority vote, but it seems that he's decided that even with that concession, which the left said came too late, he couldn't form a government.
Speaking after tendering his resignation, Lecornu blamed the collapse and his departure on the inability for political parties to compromise on key matters. He said each party was behaving as if they had their own majority in parliament. Lecornu's cabinet picks revealed earlier today, which he had taken weeks to announce, were met with criticism. Some thought Lecornu's reasoning for the delay was because he was planning to unveil a more politically diverse lineup, but 10 of his 15 ministers were from President Emmanuel Macron's centrist Renaissance Party, more than was in Macron's first government when he came to power in 2017. But the president may have had sway over some of those picks.
And so he's saying to the Prime Minister, you can put together a team with these constraints. They need to be my people. Hence, as you said, the majority were Macronist, and the socialists in particular said, we can't support this.
His resignation underscores the larger political problems that have gripped France since last summer, when Macron called for snap parliamentary elections to gain a clear majority after a loss for his party in the European Parliament vote. Instead, the elections ended in a hung parliament, with factions unwilling to work together. Another major issue for France is the country's stretched public finances. France has national debt levels that are around double the European target, and what ultimately drove out Lecornu's predecessor was an unpopular plan to tackle France's mounting debt. Now, more than a year later, and after another failed prime ministerial candidate, Macron has few options. Several parties are now calling for early elections, and others think Macron should make a deal with another party and appoint a prime minister from the left or the right. And others think he should just step aside. But expert in European politics Randall Hansen thinks that could make matters much worse.
But if you created the message, send out the message that if you don't like something, you just need to dig in and the president will give up. That would make an unstable institutional political system even worse.
President Macron has tasked the outgoing PM with holding last-ditch talks with other political parties to try and charter a path out of this new challenge. He was given 48 hours to do so.